Hey, Dr. Calvin here with CaneRx. In this video, I want to demonstrate the compression to distension technique using the CaneRx for the neck or the cervical spine. So I've got the cane here. I've got it in its fully collapsed mode. For the setup we have here, we're going to extend it out to its longest length. So that's the middle. And then we're going to put it out to the longest length. Now you'll remember from the CaneRx video, when you come out to this last one, that's for when you're only using the scissor function. So this, I still want to keep it in that length there for the CaneRx. It's turn 90. So I'm going to switch it over 90 degrees. And we're just going to use this rack here for leverage, but you would use that door anchor for this particular move here. And again, these two balls here are perfectly designed to straddle the spine, get on either side of the spine into that meat section where those paraspinals, where those big thick muscles are in your neck that lie over the top of those joints that we want to have an effect on. We're going to come down, and on your skull you'll feel a little bit of a bump on the back bottom side, that protuberance. We're going to go just underneath that is where we're going to start, because those muscle structures come up and then that fascia sort of extends out into there, and it's still relatively thick in that area. So we're going to start that high. And again, we're just going to use straight body weight. He's just going to lean back into that until he gets to that pressure threshold. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the compression to distension or C2D video, and that's going to explain that compression to distension technique. That is critical because we're going to use that technique with everything that we do here with the CaneRx. So he's going to start there, compress that. He's taking his head. The temptation may be, as he leans into it, is to let his head come forward. I don't want that. I want his head to extend back slightly over that. And the lower he goes down, the more he's going to extend that. So he's going to go down to this section next after he gets the fade. He's going to go down to that section. He's going to let that compress, threshold, let it fade, and then he's going to move down to that section. Now this really, as you get down to the middle of the neck, really feels like it starts to open things up. I don't know, for whatever reason, every time I do it, it feels like my sinuses just drain out as well. And then we're going to go down here a little further, and we're going to get down as low as we can until we really get to the bottom of the neck. And then from there, we're going to switch the cane 90 degrees again. And that's going to allow for him to do this section here. So he's going to be able to get that knobby on there. I'm holding it for him, but he can very easily come up, grab that, support that cane. And again, all he has to do is support it for the aiming. And now he's just using his body weight to get back into the pressure on those areas. And he can take out, from here all the way through here. He can get off into here as well. The other way to use it is to use the ball there. So the ball set up there. And so I've got those two cork balls, and they're on the cane, and that's for an alternative method to doing the CaneRx. And you're going to just lay those on the ground. I'm just going to demonstrate on the table. And we're just going to get those behind there. Now, the nice thing about using the balls, and as we get down in the lower back as well, is that you're going to be able to spread them out and get the distance you like. But for the neck, we're going to put them pretty close together there. And then we're just going to lay back on them. And again, starting right underneath that protuberance. And we're going to compress that, just like pushing our head into it. Threshold, let it fade. And then threshold, let it fade. Threshold, let it fade. And then two, with this setup, I can just walk it all the way down the spine there. The really cool thing about using the cane as well, or having the cane, is if I extend that out again, and now I'm just in my comfortable chair in the evening, and I've got that here, and now I'm using my foot on that small cane, and I put that back there, and now I've got the leverage here to get that compression on the neck there. And so I can just start working that cervical spine right there from the comfort of my own comfy chair, couch, even in my bed, and just start getting that compression on the neck that way. And then I can just start getting that in that area as well. And now I can even start getting some of these tops in here that are really difficult to get with just like laying on the ball and even doing it from the door anchor unless I put it low. But you can put it low and get it that way. But right here, you can see I can just get that big hook right there on that shoulder and I could just shove that in there. I've had some people get in here this way. If you're a little bit thinner up top, you can do it this way and just get that arch in there. That's not a bad way of doing it. My back's a little bit too broad, so I'll have to just use that big hook end and get it done that way. So try that out. Again, you're using that compression distension technique. Those are several different ways to leverage it. I'm sure you're going to figure out other ways of doing it. Going to make it whatever is going to work for you, but those are some of the good ideas for that. Watch the video on the postural considerations and the neck stretches to really get a comprehensive comprehensive workup of doing it and working the neck for you. Thanks for watching.